Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Ali Moreno and Sid Lowe with us. Sid, the first question quite apt because a lot of people have been picking up about the number of Luis Suarez books you have on your bookshelf. Prime Luis Suarez or prime Lewandowski?
Oh, Luis Suarez by miles. But I do like Lewandowski a lot, but Luis Suarez.
Ali?
Well, that was a backhanded compliment for Lewandowski. I do like Lewandowski. However, Luis Suarez by a mile. I agree with Sid, though. I'm going to take Luis Suarez. Not by a mile, but I'll take Luis Suarez.
Ali, have you seen any managers that have been completely in over their heads in taking a job, for example, Gary Neville at Valencia?
Recently, I would say David Moyes at Manchester United. I could also say, and I saw this firsthand, Diego Maradona with Argentina. And the fact that he stuck around as long as he did it's simply because of his name and what he means to the Argentinian people. But he was all over the place as a manager, and that team had zero, and I mean zero, organization.
Sid?
Well, I just really like the Neville thing. I think one of the things that always struck me about Neville at Valencia, and that I could never properly get my head around, was that the way that Valencia, not Gary, it's not Gary Neville's fault, the way that Valencia projected this as if Gary Neville was doing them a favour. Doing them a favour at a difficult time. It's okay, we've got this guy who's going to help us out. Now, I say this as someone who admires Gary Neville, who thinks that in the right circumstances, Gary Neville could have been the right manager, or a good manager for an important club. But it's not doing Valencia a favour to bring in someone who's never been a manager before. Valencia are the third or fourth biggest club in Spain. They're an absolutely massive club. And I could never understand how the club projected it as if they were the ones being helped out. What, by giving someone who's got no managerial experience whatsoever the job? That's not helping you out.
Sid, I've noticed a few legends mention Michael Laudrup as their favourite player. Compared to Iniesta or Silva, how does he compare to the legends in his position, Sid?
Oh, he was a gorgeous player, Michael Laudrup. Very, very smooth, very clever, technically brilliant. A guy who, I mean, to use the basketball kind of comparison, I suppose he'd be like a Magic Johnson, passes without looking, smoothness in the way he played, the vision, the quality, just fantastic. And I know some of our viewers will know this, but I really love the fact that he was at Barcelona, and he was at Barcelona when they beat Real Madrid 5-0 exactly, and I mean this, exactly 1 year later, he was at Real Madrid when Barcelona were beaten 5-0 by Real Madrid. At the end of the game, Michael wasn't a player that was particularly shouty or made a lot of noise. At the end of the game, the assistant manager at Real Madrid goes into the dressing room and Michael Laudrup is sitting there, and very quietly, in a given moment, Michael Laudrup kind of looks up at him and gives him a sort of a gentle smile and says, "I won 10-0.
Ali, how good was he?
Silky. He was just silky smooth, gliding all over the field. He was a talent in not only in the way that he played, but the way that he viewed the game, and that vision in the final third, his ability to find spaces in the final third, the passing, and he was Luis Figo before there was a Luis Figo. He was a different type of player with a different type of vision, with a different type of mentality as well, and a guy that just kind of flew under the radar, maybe perhaps because of that personality that Sid is talking about, rather quiet, and there was somebody else kind of ahead of him. At Juventus, it was Michel Platini that was sort of taking the headlines, and then Barcelona, other players just kind of stepped to the forefront, and he quietly, behind everybody, he's just doing his work and killing people doing it and winning matches 10-0.
Of course, great news today. Bundesliga will be back before the end of the month. Which Bundesliga club should I support? I will say Borussia Mönchengladbach because it's just fun to say. Ali?
Which? Well, I suppose if you want the atmosphere of Borussia Dortmund, that there are worse places to be. I would assume that watching a game in Borussia Dortmund, although right now wouldn't be the time to do that. So I don't suppose that that would be a good enough reason to pick out Borussia Dortmund. But I do like the way they play, so I'm going to go with Dortmund.
Which German side should we support, Sid?
Well, I don't really know enough about German football, but it is true that the times that I've been in Dortmund and been at that stadium, it is fantastic. It's fantastically enjoyable. So it's tempting to go for that, and just that yellow wall is wonderful, isn't it?
Dan, I missed a very good opportunity, Dan. Leipzig.
Go on.
Yes, that's what we should be
Leipzig.
going after.
What about Martin Plattenhardt? Where I forget who he plays for.
It's actually, Dan, I have to correct you. It's Marvin Plattenhardt.
Oh, no. I've made a fool of myself.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. I can't wait for it to be back. Oh, my. Right. Ali, I've been wandering around my job. I work at a dental office using your 100% line to answer appropriate questions. But I don't think anyone watches ESPN FC, so no one seems to get it. Any other lines of yours you could suggest to use at work?
Well, if they're not watching ESPN FC, they would not be able to appreciate Lukaku. Couldn't appreciate that.
No.
Well, you know what? When somebody does something right at work, you can just go with an oldie but a goodie. He put that where my grandmother hangs her clothes. See if they understand that.
Back tooth, maybe. Back tooth issues. Perfect. Cavity filled. Bang. Place to go. Since Sid's been covering La Liga, which Real Madrid manager's post-match press conference was the most interesting to sit through? Ooh.
Well, in a way, that's almost too easy, isn't it? The very famous Jose Mourinho. I mean, there were lots of them, but the particularly famous one was his response to saying that Guardiola should be embarrassed to get to the Champions League final the way that he did when he started talking about Busaka and Frisk and Ovrebo and so on. And he went into that long rant and he kept asking the question why, which of course many of you will know is Portuguese in Spanish, but the way he said it was particularly whiny. It was kind of Puke. And for a very long time, people took the mickey out of him quite a lot for that.
Are the rumours about Luka Jovic joining AC Milan from Real Madrid true, Sid?
Well, there's no rumours that are true at the moment, in the sense that nothing is happening, everything is on hold, no one really knows where this goes. Real Madrid don't have a huge desire to let him go. That said, I suppose if there was a huge offer, I do think that they would contemplate it. But no, this isn't something that is on the verge of happening by any means. Final
question. Out of Dan, Sid and Ali, who speaks the best Spanish and why is it Dan? It's a good question. What Spanish do I remember? Tienes novio is one. Y cerveza, por favor. I think that's all I needed, wasn't it?
Oh dear.
You got all the bases covered, Dan. Yes.
That's it.
I'm fair.
Que guapa. Que guapa it is.
Well.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too. That's a good one too.
That's
well,
right.
It's
That's
nice
all
to tell the person who sent in the question that actually my native language is Spanish. I'm just merely suggesting, you know.
I just love the fact that our viewers are getting a fantastic insight into the smooth charm that is Dan Thomas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well.
4 o'clock in the morning. What a moment.
Who doesn't want the smooth and charm of Dan Thomas? Are you kidding me?
Sid's telling me maybe it's time to go home.
Yes. Maybe it was a couple of hours ago, in fact.
Yeah, that is it. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, goodness me. Good old times. Now, here with the kids. Great. Okay, right. ESPN FC back on your screens tomorrow. Be sure to join us.
Homeschooling the kids. Don't forget that.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.